Yeah.
They do call him Black Jesus.
Exactly.
Yep.
But I will never call him that.
That's disgusting. If you eat Hershey's bar for fun, you like golf balls in your mouth.
Really weird. So I'm a really simple guy when it comes to women. What is wrong with you?
I ask myself that every day.
I don't know what the hell happened from the series before to the series with the Celtics.
It's my biggest conversation, and I hope we go viral with this one.
Princess in the Frog.
You're drunk. You should not be drinking. You should not be drinking this early in the day, bro.
Buddy, I still got 30 minutes. I start drinking.
Should have started.
Did you get that? Did you?
Should have started.
Hey, I'm leaving that in the video, bro. I'm leaving that in. Well, I know I need to send you. Hey, where's my camera? Hey, Pete, yep. Hey, Pete. As soon as we said that, he said put me on game. Welcome back to Gumball Sports Machine, where we love, we laugh, we hug, we cry, we smile, and most importantly, we are positive. Welcome back to the show. And of course, I am joined by my two friends, my family, and my co-hosts. Tone, Triple OG Tone in your bottom left, and D-Lo, David Largo, a.k.a. There we go.
AKA what?
I was gonna ask you what your AKA was. What do you think your AKA? Do you have any AKAs?
Nah, I don't know. No, not really.
It's boring.
It's just
Come up with
D-Lo.
one then.
It's just D-Lo.
Do you only have one AKA? Well, I have a lot of
Yeah.
AKAs, but I don't know how many of them I can say.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one more, but he can't say it.
There you go, bro. See? Yep. AKA D-Lo Diddy. That's what your AKA is.
Wow.
Nah.
Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show.
Listen, that travel in that video is still nasty work.
See, there you go, bro.
I'm gonna see it every time now.
It's not about the journey; it's about the result.
The result would have been a travel.
The result ended up in a basket, is what it resulted in.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. It's all right.
It would have
Now, when we
resulted
play this 3-on-3,
Listen.
Many travels. Manny
travels.
Nah.
I'd be calling your journey all the way from here to China. I call it.
Whoa, is that a Kevin joke or?
No, I feel like that's just the farthest place I could name.
I feel like there's just a lot of other places that Kevin's not here and he's not here to defend himself. So you make a China joke.
Dang.
He's Korean.
He's oh my god, he's not even Korean. He's Vietnamese, David. He's not even that just made everything 10 times worse.
Hey,
you just called this man. He's not even Korean.
That's an inside joke. You wouldn't understand.
Absolutely not. Don't try and defend yourself.
That's
Absolutely
an inside
not.
joke. You wouldn't understand.
Absolutely not. All right, what do you think? How about we get the show started? Now, we have not talked about this yet. We kind of talked about how he requested a trade, but we have not talked about how the Suns are now the number one option on Jimmy Butler's trade wish list.
Bro, he's not. Oh my Lord.
The Suns are now, again.
Let me get them off my camera.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
See, there you go, bro. See, there you go. Why you do that? Hey, see, that's all right. Hey, listen, the Suns now are on Jimmy Butler's number one in terms of being traded to trade destinations. Now, again, when we talked about it last week, we talked about Tone and I talked about the Mavericks. I think we talked about a few teams: the Mavericks, the Thunder, and I think one other team. Come that later that day,
I thought it was the
Phoenix
Rockets.
Suns. Huh?
Yeah. I thought it was the Rockets and Golden State.
Oh, it was the Rockets. That's what it was. The Rockets, Golden State. That's right. Now, come a few hours later, we come to find out that the Suns are now on that wish list, and not only on that wish list, but number one. So, David Largo, Miami Heat fan, I'll start with you. As soon as I figure out which one is your camera, what are your thoughts on Jimmy Butler's new latest trade wish list?
Man, it doesn't mean anything. I don't know where you're getting that information from because it's kind of crazy. I know Shams tweeted it, but
hold on.
If you were following the drama,
hold on, real quick. So at my job,
okay.
Shout out John. I need to give him credit. That's my guy, John Gambadoro, who has been locked into sports for over 30 years. John Gambadoro, he reported it. He said Shams is absolutely not wrong. In fact, the Suns are number one on their list. On his list, excuse me.
You want me to call Woj?
Huh?
You want me to call
Woj?
Woj?
Where Woj at?
Woj is a GM now. He's not even in this business anymore.
I'm saying, he's good with those type of things.
Woj still got that insider. Hell yeah, he does.
Well, I think Woj would rather general manage college basketball players and have fun with them.
All right, I love Woj.
All right.
I love Woj.
But yeah, okay. So, what do you think, D'Lo? What do you think?
Anyways, back to what I was saying before I was so rudely cut off by Gumball wanting to claim his bias. If you saw later that day, you saw the rampage of Jimmy's agent and all of his tweets saying that nothing that Shams said was accurate. So it's true that the Suns may be on that list, but I don't think they're number one. They don't have anything to give up to get Jimmy Butler. They have no pieces to actually deal. So I don't know how the Suns are even in that sweepstake to begin with. But I envision it happening at some point, probably in January, probably late January, maybe early February. But yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it. I don't think the Suns are in contention.
Okay. Before you go, Tone, I'm going to shut everything D'Lo just said down completely. Because, one, it is absolutely possible. Two, it would have to be a 3-team trade. 3, Beal would be getting rid of.
Nobody wants Beal. You said that you would trade him for a half-eaten bag of potato chips.
Hold on.
Nobody wants him.
Hold on. Now, again, Jimmy Butler his contract is coming up. Bradley Beal is somebody who's gonna fit $50 million a year, right? I wouldn't trade for him, but there are some teams who would. I think. Hold on, and I'm looking for the tweet right here. Hold on. Where is it at? But there's actually, you know what? While I look for it, Tom, go ahead. What do you think of the Suns being number one on his list now?
Number one sounds weird. Just seeing the pieces that are available, sounds weird. I mean, I guess it would sound good as far as contending for a championship. You'd imagine that they're not going to give away all of the pieces that they would need to still have success. But yeah, I don't know who wants Bradley Beal. He's been injured since he's gotten to Phoenix. I don't really see the value there. They definitely have some young pieces. I don't know about any draft picks upcoming. I don't see them having enough to get Jimmy. Yeah, I had been saying that I thought he was going to be gone before the season even started. I didn't think that he was going to make it through this season. I think the biggest there's two major things that I'm taking away from this is what happens to the rest of the team. Do they keep Tyler? Do they keep Bam? Or is this the reset button for the Miami Heat? And then last but not least, I just want to put it out there, D'Lo. We have spots available if you want to jump ship.
Man, get the hell
Be a
out of here.
bandwagon Celtic fan.
Get the
I just
hell.
want to just put that out there.
That will never happen.
Well, okay. Well, if you do have spots available, save one for me just in case. No, just kidding. Okay, this is again. John Gambador is a ridiculously credible source. Like I said, he's been doing this for a long time, and a lot of people know him. He said on December 12th. This is after Jimmy Butler's agent came out and said all this stuff. Because again, just because his agent said all this doesn't mean his agent is correct.
Yeah, shit.
Because Jimmy Butler can feel a different way and not tell his agent.
Well, Shams went back on ESPN with Stephen A. and then repeated like
exactly
he has valuable sources, and he wouldn't have made that statement had his source not been reliable. So.
Exactly, and so that's what I'm saying. Just because his agent said something doesn't mean that what his agent says is true. Now, on December 12th, Gambo says Shams is not incorrect. From what I've heard, Jimmy Butler is interested in the Phoenix Suns. That same day, later that day, he said, what we have said, and this is on the Burns and Gambo show. What we have said, Jimmy Butler is interested in the Suns, right? That's the first thing. 2, I expect the Suns are going to play this out for the next 15 games or so to see where they are before doing anything, right? Number 3, trade would be difficult, not impossible. Beal would have to waive his no trade clause. Butler has to tell Miami it's Phoenix or bust, basically force his way here. Miami has to think Beal and whatever picks would be involved is better than salary relief or another trade. Nothing happening anytime soon. Suns play well next month. I doubt they would pursue this. Now, once again, this trade is absolutely not impossible. Like I said, like I said, it's not impossible. Is it likely? I wouldn't even say it's likely, but it is absolutely possible. If the Suns play well the next month or so, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. Beal's hurt right now. Now, personally, would I rather have Jimmy Butler over Bradley Beal right now? I absolutely would.
Well, it's not.
They're both made. Hold on. They're both made of styrofoam. They both get hurt easily. So that really cancels each other out. But in terms of defense and moving and working off the ball, since Beal has been out, since Bradley Beal has been out, Devin Booker has balled. He has hooped. Now, again, it's only been 2 games, and the 2 games they weren't playing very credible teams. But Devin Booker has looked a lot more like Devin Booker. And so, again, and Jimmy Butler, what he brings to the team, and we talked about it a lot of the offseason, he doesn't need the ball to be effective, and he plays defense. Now, if you can bring that onto this team, and you have another closer in Jimmy Butler alongside Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, it's going to be a hard team to beat. It's going to be a ridiculously hard team to beat. But like I said, the trade is not impossible. It is absolutely possible. I think it's just unlikely.
Good
go
question.
ahead, David.
Good question.
Uh-huh.
So, I guess this could go for both of you. Where do you see your team after that possible trade? For you, Maul, it's not just going to be Butler for Beal. There's obviously going to be something else in there. And what if you guys lose 1 or 2 of the young guys that you guys just got? Now that progresses your reset button in the near future because you got maybe 2 years out of KD. You get maybe 2 years out of Jimmy B, and then you only got D Book and young boys. You're likely going to have to hit a reset button.
Okay, so to answer that question, the other thing Gamma reported. If Jimmy Butler if Jimmy Butler comes here, there's no scenario in which the Suns do not re-sign him. Let me say that again.
For what?
Hold on, let me say that again. If Jimmy Butler comes here, there is no scenario in which the Suns do not re-sign him. And you're saying with what? If Jimmy Butler comes here, that also means Bradley Beal is gone. So that's $50 million off the cap. Jimmy Butler will not be making $50 million after his contract is up.
He's 36 years old.
I understand that. Once again, if Jimmy Butler comes here, there's no scenario in which the Suns do not re-sign him. Now, you're talking about. Hold on. Tony, you asked me a question. Now, you talk about the young guys. What young guys? I mean, if we trade for Jimmy Butler, we're getting rid of Beal. Yes, it's not going to be just Beal. It's going to be the 2031 first round pick. We'd probably either get rid of Dunn or Oso. And I mean, I don't Monte Morris. So I mean, that's not much of a reset button when you have Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Jimmy Butler.
That's
now
not enough.
you would have to build around them.
I'm like, what else? You think those three are getting past Oklahoma City? You're crazy.
Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Jimmy Butler. You don't think they can get past Oklahoma City?
No. Just them three and whatever else they have over there? No.
The starting lineup would then be Tyus Jones, Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, Yusuf Nurkic, with Mason Plumlee coming off the bench, Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen coming off the bench.
They're not beating Oklahoma.
I think they would be the favorite in the West, deservedly so.
Either way, that package isn't enough.
The way that Jimmy's been injured, KD's been injured, that ain't enough. That ain't enough to get.
No. I'm talking about healthy.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, I don't even think that. Yeah, I still don't think they'll be able to
that Suns package is not enough to go out and get Jimmy Butler.
But again, there would be a third team involved. So that other third team would be sending stuff to Miami as well. That's what you guys aren't understanding.
And what do they get?
It depends on who the third team is. That's what I'm saying.
They're not going to get nothing of value, especially if the young assets that Miami wants in return for Jimmy Butler are coming from that team. You got to give something to them.
Okay, so again, this is like so the third team would be giving up picks. We would be giving up picks. We would be giving up players. The third team would be receiving players. Mm-hmm. So again, it would all have to come into to fruition. Now, I can only say so much because I don't know who the third team would be. It would have to be a third team involved in this trade. But what I do know is that we're not giving up Tyus Jones, our point guard. We're not. Even though I'd love to, we're not giving up Yusuf Nurkic, our starting five. So our starting five would be, like I said, Tyus Jones, Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, and Yusuf Nurkic. That's our starting five, no matter what.
I just don't think the package is enough compared to.
Hold on.
I let you go. Let me go.
I wasn't done. You said you let me go. You interrupted me.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Our starting five is not gone, no matter what. The starting five would be Tyus Jones, Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, and Yusuf Nurkic. Now, the bench is where we would have to move some things. Now, I don't think we'd give up Royce O'Neal. Actually, no, either Royce O'Neal or Grayson Allen. I think we'd give up one of them, but the other one would stay. Mason Plumlee we'd keep. So we have a backup wing. We have a backup five. Other than that, we move around a little bit. I think Josh Okogie would be gone. And I think we'd be able to keep Monte Morris as a backup one. But going into the playoffs, you only need 8 anyways. So if you have a backup point guard, you have a backup wing, and you have a backup big in the playoffs, that's really all you need. And we have a certifiable 8, a credible 8. Like I said, Plumlee coming off the bench along with Monte Morris and Grayson Allen and or Royce O'Neal, along with the starting 5 that I just mentioned in Jones, Durant, Booker, Butler, and Nurkic. So there's only so many pieces we need in the playoffs. It's not like we need a full 10, 11. Now that I'm done, you can go.
I don't think that package is enough to go out and trade for Jimmy Butler comparatively to what the other teams can offer. If you look at Houston, they have Tari Eason, who is playing great, by the way. They have the Thompson twin. They have Jalen Green. They have young guys to give up that have potential to grow. Obviously, Fred VanVleet would be in that package to match salaries. Okay, that young package plus picks is better than what Phoenix can offer. If you look at Golden State, they've got Kuminga, they've got Moody, they've got young pieces over there to offer along with picks, and I think Wiggins would have to be in that deal to match salary. Both of those packages are more enticing for Miami if they are hitting reset to get young guys. They don't want a 30s, however old Beal is, on $50 million. They don't want that. They don't want the 2031 first round pick in 6 years, 7 years for Jimmy Butler right now. I don't think you understand. Pat Riley, while he may not want to hit full reset, still wants to be able to compete. We have Tyler right now peaking. We have Bam. We have these two guys that can still go out and be a play-in team. They're not going to be at the bottom of the conference, so there's no point in tanking. So you want to get young guys to build around that. And Beal and whatever else the Suns offer is not going to match that. That's all I was saying.
Okay, let me shut all of that down because it makes zero sense what you just said. Let me tell you why. It makes zero sense. You said the Rockets have this is the package you said they give up for Jimmy Butler. Van Vliet, Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, and Tari Eason.
No, not all of them. They would pick one of those three young guys. They would not give up all.
Tari Eason is not enough to put in a package for Jimmy Butler.
You must not be watching Rocket games.
Tari Eason is not enough to put in a package for Jimmy Butler. Tari Eason is a good basketball player. If you're going to put Tari Eason in any package, he's going to have to go with Amen Thompson and either Fred VanVleet or like, because you're giving up that many pieces. What are you trading for Jimmy Butler for anyways?
Fred VanVleet has to go anyway to match salaries. I just said that.
He would not have to go.
He would 100% have to go.
He would not have to go.
The salaries would not match.
He would not have to go. There's something called a luxury tax, in which you pay if you go over the salary cap. If they trade for Jimmy Butler, that puts him as a contender in the West. I don't think the Houston Rockets owner. Now, again, I don't know him personally. I don't think the Houston Rockets owner would be afraid to pay that luxury tax if that means you're going to be able to contend in the West with the way that they've been playing. So if you give up Tari Eason, if you give up Amen Thompson, if you give up some of the other pieces, I'd understand that. You are not, and 3 or 4 first-round picks, you are not winning anything. You said Jalen Green. So first of all, that is their piece that they're building around. Why would the Rockets give up Jalen Green? One.
The piece that they're building around is Sengun, but we could keep going.
Where did they take Jalen Green?
Number 2.
Did they not just pay that man?
No, they did.
So, again, that is one of the pieces you're building around. Once again, like I said, that is one of the pieces you're building around. I don't know why you would trade that piece at all. I don't even know why you even brought his name up in terms of a trade conversation. So Jalen Green is not going anywhere.
I don't know.
Sengun is not going anywhere.
They're very upset with how inconsistent he is. But continue.
So you're saying they would give up Jalen Green in a trade package?
I would think that they would consider it. Yes.
Why would you do that? It makes no sense. You just paid Jalen Green. If they were so unhappy, they wouldn't have paid the man. If they wouldn't have paid the man as much money as they did. They just paid Jalen Green. They took him third overall.
Maybe they get a point guard with the third team that they think is.
But it doesn't make any sense. You went out and got Fred VanVleet last year as a free agent. You went out and got him. You didn't trade for him. You went out and got him in free agency. You gave him a shit ton of money. Excuse my language. You gave him a whole bunch of money. You gave Jalen Green a whole bunch of money. Sengun, I think he got paid already. So you gave him a whole bunch of money. So those are 3 guys you're building around. Again, you can give up Amen Thompson. You can give up Tari Eason. And there's a few other guys. There's a few other guys on that team you could give up, along with the 3 or 4 first-round picks it would take to trade for Jimmy Butler. But why would you even bring up Jalen Green or Fred VanVleet's name in a trade? That's what doesn't make sense. That's what's gotten you here so far. That's what's gotten you to this point in order to trade for a star like Jimmy Butler. It does not make sense why you brought up any of those guys' names, in which if they trade for them, they'd be right back smack in the middle where they are right now.
It's the same thing with Beal. You guys just traded for him last year. Why are you getting rid of him?
But we did not pay him. That's the money that he got already. We did not pay him anything more. The Rockets paid Jalen Green. They paid Fred VanVleet. They paid Sengun. We did not pay him that.
You sign on for that, right?
Huh?
When you make a trade, you sign on to make that payment.
Yes, I understand that. But that's what I'm saying. They did not give Beal any more money than he already's making.
You don't need no more money. He's robbing Phoenix every day.
But why would you trade somebody? You decided to pay. So he played a year. That's like saying we traded for Beal.
Fred's been there 2 years.
Hold on. That's like saying we traded for Beal last year and then paid him in the offseason again. And then now we want to trade him. They went out and signed Fred VanVleet in free agency. They gave him the money he's making. They went out and gave Jalen Green a new contract. They gave him the money he's making. Sengun, the same thing. They gave him the money he's making. We didn't give Bradley Beal the money he's making. We got him with the money he's already making.
Well,
we didn't give him any more money.
Players, they have the option to leave sooner than later, and you want to help them build their value so that you can have assets to trade. So certain players, like I don't know what Jalen Green's previous contract was, but if he was under a rookie deal, then he would have been able to go wherever he wanted after the season.
False.
No, he would have been restricted.
It would have been restricted.
The Rockets would have been able to match whatever offer was out there.
Yeah, but if he continued to build that value, now that price is higher than whatever they probably offered him.
Now, in that situation, and they didn't even let him get to restricted free agency. They didn't even let him get him there. Yeah, so they gave him the money before he became a free agent of any sort.
Super valuable.
Again, I don't know why Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet, or Sengun's name would be brought up in any trade conversation, because you want to put Jimmy Butler with those guys. If you trade any one of those guys, you put them right back to where they are right now. It doesn't make any sense why you would trade any one of those guys, your core three, to get right back to where you were.
You think Phoenix is going to get Jimmy Butler? It's a real question here.
I don't think they're going to get Jimmy Butler. I don't think Jimmy Butler is going to leave Miami.
What are we doing here?
But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like I said, I don't think he's going to leave Miami.
Oh, I think he's leaving Miami.
I don't think he gets traded.
I definitely do.
I think
they're not winning a championship, and Pat Riley's tired of Jimmy Butler.
I don't think he's leaving Miami, but
Pat fed up.
He might be. But what is he going to go do?
I honestly think Golden State is probably the best destination.
He's gonna give himself options. Pat's like, I'm stuck right now. I need options. How do I create options? I get rid of the big bag.
But okay, you get rid of him. Where do you go from there?
You got Tyler and Bam. You got two dudes under the age of 30 who could average 25. That's a great start. And you got Jaime, who has potential. Like, they got pieces over there. They still got Rozier. They got pieces over there.
Oh, don't even get me started on Terry, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why you even brought Terry's name up.
Those are somewhat valuable pieces that they have to utilize if they wanted to. It's right now it's not meshing. And then you got 4 teams who are fighting for the championship in the East Coast, and they're not one of them. So you got to make a move. That's like Miami's one of those caliber teams that you're not going to stand still. They're going to look at the environment, and they're gonna go, oh, we gotta change something because we belong in that section of the room. We don't belong at this table.
Honestly, I think that they move off of him this year. He's on the last year of his contract. I think they get something for him before he walks. It just
preferably preferably, I think he wants to stay in Miami.
I think he does too, but Pat Riley does not want to pay him. That's the problem.
Again, where else? Where do you go if you get rid of Jimmy Butler? Where do you go? What's the next step? Because yes, you have Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo. Neither of those guys are top 15 players in the league, and you need at least one, maybe two, to compete in the East along with Boston.
Yeah, but if you pay Jimmy Butler, now it's gonna sit in the same spot for the next 2-3 years. You think how much better do you think Tyler Hero's gonna get?
I think he has potential to get better.
I think he'll get better. I don't think he's going to get top 15 NBA player better.
Okay, how much better do you think Bam's gonna be?
Same thing. I think he can get better. I don't think he can get top 15 NBA player.
I think he can.
Constructed right now, do you think they have championship aspirations?
No.
Okay, then. So how do you stay pat when you're not going to accomplish anything in the next 2 years? You have to change something.
Which is what we've been wanting all this time. That's why we wanted to go out and get Dame. That's why we wanted to go out and get, Beal before he was traded to Miami or to Phoenix, right? They thought that these guys would come in and push them over the top, and then Pat Riley dropped the ball on them both. So
I don't know if either one of those would have changed anything major, but I understand. I think that. I mean, you look at the East, you look at the West. There's really like 4 or 5 teams on each side who are really contending. Everyone else is just they're doing what we're doing, really sideline watching. And so you got the Knicks, you got the Bucks, you got Orlando. sorry to have to put that team in the mix, but you got Orlando, you got Boston. Who else would you guys say?
Cleveland.
Definitely Cleveland. So that's the East Coast teams. And I'll probably, Orlando's definitely on the fence of that whole situation. But the other 4 teams,
when they're healthy, though.
Yeah, Orlando when healthy. But the other 4 teams are dogs. They're dogs. I don't care if they went to that one conference thing right now as we speak. Those 4 teams are going to be fighting for a championship.
Yeah, I agree. Also on the Orlando talk, let's not pretend like Paolo Banchero has not had a career-long injury. He's always been injury prone. So I think that term "when healthy," absolutely.
He was healthy last year.
He was healthy last year. In college, he was never healthy. At the beginning of his career, he was never healthy.
I was going to say, though, I think even his rookie year, he was fine.
No, his rookie year, he was hurt a lot.
I don't know. I don't remember. Wasn't watching Magic games until last year. But last year, he was healthy. And this year, this is a freak thing. How do you have both of your stars tear their obliques? That's just.
Listen, I'm not saying. And this freak thing, I understand. I understand there's freak things that happen. But there's also Chet Holmgren. I understand it was a freak accident, but he's always had injury history. Always.
Yeah, he has.
Joel Embiid, that sinus fracture is a freak thing. Are we going to tell me Joel Embiid's not injury prone?
Joel Embiid always pop out with a mask, though.
19 to 25 other things that he's always injured for. Chet had a major injury his rookie year. He played pretty much all of last season, and now he's got a freak injury. There are situations that make things look similar, but they're not really. You can't really group them the same.
Yeah, I don't think it's common like a ankle sprain or something like that. That's a typical injury.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where the freak part comes in. It's not a normal basketball injury.
Porzingis, Zion, those dudes are injury prone.
Chet should be in that group.
I don't think so. I really don't.
His rookie year, before he stepped foot on an NBA court, missed the entire year.
Yeah, he had a bad injury. That happens sometimes.
This year, same thing. He's played a few games. He's been out he's going to be out for 2 months.
It wasn't like he just tweaked his ankle.
Yeah, he broke his hip.
In college was the same thing. So again, I'm not gonna put these things in like where I'm not gonna discredit other people because they get a rolled ankle or something like that. To people who always get, no matter if it's a freak injury or not.
But there's a difference. Like Zion, he'll come back one game and then be gone for 2.5 months. Then he'll
Lonzo's
come
the
back
same
for a
way.
week and then be gone for another month. To me, that's different than what Chet is experiencing. Chet is having real injuries, true injuries, and he's gone for 4 months, and then he comes back and then he plays. To me, those are different circumstances.
But if you have those injuries on multiple occasions,
But he only had it twice.
one kept him out for an entire season. The other one is keeping him out for
Well,
2
that's
months.
because the team looks at the landscape and they're like, all right, let's let him, restore himself versus come back in the later part of the season when we've got dudes who are figuring out the continuity of the team. They're establishing, growth amongst one another. Let's keep him here and let him grow how he's growing at this pace, and then we'll bring him back in as soon as the season ends. I don't think I'm pretty sure that he could have played if need be, like the same way Porzingis played in the playoffs for us last year. I'm sure if we weren't a playoff contending team or a championship contending team, Porzingis would have came back.
I don't know.
I was gonna say he also played all 82 games last year after coming off that rookie injury. He played all 82 games last year.
And everyone else we're talking about, ain't none of them played 82 games.
He even made a tweet about it saying he doesn't know how Mikal does this year in and year out. Like,
Mikal's built different. I love Mikal.
But
Mikal is just a superstar.
he's one of two players last year. I think it was only him and Mikal that played all 82 games last year.
I don't know.
It's
Like I just these now. Of course, you have your Zions, you have your Kawhis, you have your Embiids, but
Your Lonzos.
or Lonzos. I don't want to treat them any differently than we treat these other guys because they also get hurt. So, but let's move on to the football. Something I've been waiting to talk about. These hyped up Lions that David Largo keeps telling me about. They lost. They took an L. Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen put it on them. And the game I really think was not as close as the score said. But I'll let you go ahead and take off. And you know what? I'll ask you this. I'll ask you to recap the game. I'll also ask you: is there a new number one in terms of the power rankings for the NFL?
Well, I think the main thing that it comes down to in terms of actually skip that. Let's talk about the Bills real quick. They look great. Josh Allen looks phenomenal, especially the last 2 games. Obviously, he had that game against the Rams. They ended up losing. Rams are in a must-win situation, so it makes sense that they're balling right now. They've won their last 2, but he played well enough in that game. I think the defense let him down in that game, and they allowed too many points when they shouldn't have. I think they fixed it this next game against the Lions. Josh Allen, they still put up 40-plus points, but up until the final score of the game, they only allowed 35. That's the difference. That's still not great. You still would probably not want, an opposing team to put up 30-plus and call it a great defensive game, but it's the Lions. They have one of the best offenses in the league, so I think holding them to 35 outside of the last garbage time touchdown, I think it's okay for them. So I think the Bills are the team to beat in the AFC. I don't think it's particularly close right now. I don't think that any of the next few AFC teams are quite at the level of Buffalo right now as we speak. So good for Buffalo. In terms of Detroit, it's just injuries, man. They have some sort of curse going on, and I don't know if it's because everyone is now rooting for the Lions and they that just caused them to get the injury curse. But yeah, they just have so much, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I was telling Jamal earlier when he sent that to our group chat, they have 16 defensive players on IR, and that's ridiculous. I don't even know how they're still competing on that defense. I think you got to give a lot of credit to Brian Branch, and the defensive line is still playing great. But their secondary is so banged up. They just had Carlton Davis go out, and he's going to be out indefinitely. Montgomery is out for the rest of the year with a knee injury, and so I think the offense is still fine even without Montgomery. I said that they still put up 42 points. Jared Goff did not throw them out of this game, which is the big thing that Jamal mentioned. He had no interceptions. That's really all you can ask. He had 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. I think he threw for over 400 yards. So, I mean, he played the best that he could, but it just wasn't enough. And that I think that falls on the defense. But it's got to be that next man up mentality, and they have to find pieces to put out on the defense to kind of slow people down, especially those heavy hitters like Philly, like Buffalo, those teams that they're going to see in the playoffs and potentially the Super Bowl. They have to find a way to get offenses off the field, and they can't do it right now with all the injuries that they have. So yeah, I think the defense is the problem right now. I don't think it's the offense. Losing Monty hurts, but I think they'll be fine offensively. I think they need to figure it out on the defense.
After the Lions lose this week to Buffalo, is there a new number one in terms of the power rankings in the NFL?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I don't think you could not put Buffalo there. I think you have to put Buffalo there.
All right, Tom, what do you think?
They've looked great the past few weeks. Sorry, go ahead, Tom.
No, I was enjoying learning some things. You know me. I definitely think you got to put them at the top of the polar power. It's Cleveland was number one. We beat them. Everyone had us at the ranking number one as far as basketball when that happened. I think whenever that happens in sports, that team that has been forced to reckon with, and they take that L. Whatever team gave them that L, that was on the incline, is taking their spot. Yeah, question for you guys: did Josh Allen make a mark for that MVP run again?
I don't think so.
Hold on now, 1 second. If the season ends today, Josh Allen is my most valuable player.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. If this happens again, I think they need to change the MVP to the most valuable quarterback on the best team. I still think Saquon is the MVP for me.
Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. Here's a problem. Here's a problem with Buffalo. Buffalo's look fantastic, right? They look fantastic. What they haven't looked very fantastic, their defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. They allowed 42 this week to Detroit, 44 last week to LA. You cannot do that. If you're going into the playoffs, you cannot do that because Josh Allen has been phenomenal. Phenomenal. He's been fantastic. And again, if you ask me, Josh Allen is my MVP today. But if you go into the playoffs, now the Lions defense isn't very good because of their injuries. The Rams defense isn't very good. If you go into the playoffs and play defenses like the Steelers and the Chiefs and the Ravens, you are not putting up 44 points. But you better believe that other team, whether it's Lamar, whether it's Russell Wilson, whether it's Patrick Mahomes, you better believe they can put up 35, 40 points on any given night, especially on that defense. That defense is horrendous right now. They're awful. They look absolutely terrible. Jared Goff threw for 494 and 5 touchdowns. Jared Goff was fantastic this week. But I think a lot of it has to do with how bad that defense is. The pass rush has to be better. Rousseau has to be better. Ed Oliver has to be better. They have to be better. The linebacker, I mean, the front seven as a whole, I think just has to be better. Matt Milano's back, and I think he's one of the top 5-6 linebackers in the league, in my opinion. I love Matt Milano. He's fantastic. But the secondary has to be better. Has to be better. I mean, they're open. They're open on every single, and the tackling is horrendous. The tackling, they can't tackle. Buffalo Bills secondary cannot tackle. It is awful. So they have to get better. The defense has to get better. For that reason, they're not number one in my poll of power this week, but they had to be better. Josh Allen has been fantastic, but you had to play complementary football going into the playoffs. You just have to. The defense is not playing complementary football. Josh Allen absolutely is. Josh Allen is playing fantastic. That offense is playing fantastic. Ty Johnson had a hell of a game on Sunday. He was great. He was fantastic. So they have to be able to stop somebody on defense. Somebody. Because once again, if you go into now, Jared Goff is a formidable quarterback in this league. He's a top 10 quarterback in this league. But when you play Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes and guys like that in the playoffs, that won't work. That won't work. Shannon Sharp always says, don't accept anything in a win you win in a loss. That defense, just like you didn't accept it last week, you wouldn't accept it in any other week. That's why you lost last week and you came out on top this week, because Josh Allen was so phenomenal. He had to go out and put 48 points instead of 44. The defense has to be better. The defense has to be better. But I love Josh Allen has been fantastic. He's been great. So right now he'd be my MVP. But I don't know. It's Saquon has been phenomenal. He's been great. He got hurt last on Sunday, so he wasn't taking all the snaps, which I do think hurt his case a little bit. I do think it hurt his case a little bit, especially the way that Josh Allen played and the way that Lamar Jackson played. But yeah, that Buffalo defense has to be better. And hey, Detroit.
Yeah,
I mean, you put up 42, but
it's scary. Yeah, that defense
looks shaky. That secondary can absolutely be had, as you saw on Sunday.
Yeah. Again, another corner went down. I don't know how they replace another starting corner.
So, I mean, it's interesting.
It sucks,
It's gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I still think it's them and Philly as the two top dogs in the NFC. So I don't envision it changing. I think Green Bay can sneak in there because Green Bay still looks so good. But I still think it's those two as the top dogs.
Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs do go out and beat Cleveland 21-7 this week. It was fantastic. I loved it. I loved every single part of it except Patrick Mahomes got hurt. He got hurt on a tackle late in the game, which was diagnosed to be a high ankle sprain. You have 3 games left. They got let me actually double check that. I know they have the Texans. They have the Texans on Saturday. They have the Steelers on Christmas, and you have the Broncos the last game of the season. 3 tough games to end the year. What I ask you, and Tone, I'll start with you. What I'm asking you guys, should Patrick Mahomes sit out the rest of so the Chiefs sit Patrick Mahomes the rest of the year?
Yeah. That's a tough one. I don't think they've been playing consistent enough to let's give a hard yes. But on the other side of the fence, you'd rather have him closer to 100% come playoff time so he can be the best version of himself he can be. That's a tough one. Yeah, they're going to have tough conversations. Kansas City. this week. Yeah, I don't think they've been playing consistent. Actually, I say that they have been consistently mediocre, I guess, in comparison to themselves. Like they're usually better than what they are. Like if you compare them to other teams, they're not mediocre. They've only lost what 2 games,
One.
1 game. Yeah, they've only
One.
lost 1 game, but they haven't won all of the games that they have won in usual Chiefs fashion. So for me, that's a tough call, man. I wouldn't say yeah, but I'm not in that locker room to see how he winces when he's walking on it.
Yeah, here's the thing with that. So, well, the answer to the question that I asked, I think for me is absolutely not. If he's healthy, I think you play him. If he's healthy, I think you play him. Now, the offense has not been, this high-powered 34, 35-point per game scoring offense this year. But the Chiefs do what the Chiefs do. They win. They win games in whatever fashion they need to go win the games. All right, people. There was some technical difficulties behind that. And, well, that was fun. Anyways, we're back. And, I'll just talk about how amazing Patrick Mahomes is, as usual, because he is pretty great. But no, I think the Chiefs just win in ways that they're supposed to. Whatever way they have to, I think is the way they win. And so that's just really the biggest thing to me. I definitely lost all my momentum in whatever I was talking about. So.
Listen, I think if you're the Chiefs, you have to sit them. You've already locked up the division, so at this point, the only thing you're playing for is, a first round bye. But if you're the Chiefs and you think that you can go out and you can beat whoever is in your way, I don't see if there's a reason to, risk their playoff viability in order to secure a first round bye. That maybe that's just me. I also think that Carson Wentz is good enough to win you 1 out of those 3 games. I think that's all that they need. So I don't know. It also is dependent on if Buffalo loses a game, because I think Buffalo holds the tiebreaker because they won the game. So I guess it kind of depends. I think that Carson Wentz can go out and win you at least 1 of those games. I think even 2. I don't think the Steelers are as good as we think they are. That maybe that's just me, but I just don't.
Well, here's the thing with that. So these next 3 games, all 3 teams are able to rush the passer very well. The Texans have a very good pass rush. The Steelers have a very good pass rush. And the Broncos have an okay pass rush. It's okay, but they still get to you. What's the one thing that the Chiefs have that is absolutely horrendous? The offensive line. The offensive line for the Chiefs is absolutely terrible. And that's what worries me the most. That's what worries me the most is the offensive line. You put any other quarterback in that situation, there is absolutely no way in the world that they are 13-1 right now. No way in the world.
I don't know. I don't know about all that.
I absolutely know about it. There is no situation in the world in which another quarterback other than Patrick Mahomes is in 13-1 right now. So if you
don't think Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson?
No. With how bad that offensive line is, absolutely not.
You think the Chiefs' offensive line is worse than the Ravens?
It absolutely is. 1,000,000,000% it is. I absolutely do. That Chiefs offensive line is terrible. They went out and signed DJ Humphries, who, has been okay, I guess, since coming over. But that Chiefs offensive line is horrendous. Creed Humphrey is good. Everybody else is shaky. And has been all year.
Which is crazy because, hey, their right tackle be a legal formation and false start on every play.
And then when he doesn't do that, he gets beat. So yeah,
maybe that's why they allow it. Maybe that's why.
I don't know. So at the Chiefs, I don't think you can sit him if he's healthy, but I
don't know. I feel like Carson Wentz is good enough to go out and win you at least a game.
no,
I think that
absolutely
game
disagree.
is against Denver or Pittsburgh. I don't think that they can go out and beat the Texans, although the Texans' offense has looked atrocious. I don't know what they're doing over there, but um, I don't know. I think that Carson Wentz is enough to go out and win you a game or two.
Against the teams that they're playing, I disagree. Wholeheartedly disagree.
You don't think
But
so?
no, absolutely not.
Against
The Broncos are a very good football team. The Texans are a good football team that should be playing better. They are the AFC South champions now. That division isn't very good, but they did just win the AFC South. And they're playing the Steelers, who have a very good defense, although TJ Watt, I think, is banged up. He's nicked up a little bit, but I don't think he go win any one of those games.
Against an offense in Houston that's absolutely abysmal right now.
Yes, no way.
In the dumpster fire. The Steelers offense, which is wildly inconsistent.
I don't think but that's the thing. I don't think they're inconsistent.
We just saw it in Philly. They played a semi-good defense and they put up 13.
But Philly, I think they're a better defense than people give them credit for.
Oh, I agree. Their secondary, well, Quinyon Mitchell in the secondary.
Mitchell's fantastic.
Outside of that, like their front four is okay.
I mean, hold on.
Their linebackers are good.
Hold on. Jalen Carter is fantastic. Jordan Davis is good. That interior D line is pretty good.
That's what I said. They're good.
Like, but they're, I don't know. Like, their linebackers are very suspect. But
we talked about it all year. The secondary can be had outside of Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah,
they can 100% be had, and the fact that the Steelers put up 13 is, to me, shaky.
But they've been consistent against everybody else. As long as Russell Wilson's been there, they've been pretty good.
I don't know. I'm not a believer in the Steelers. I'm not.
Okay.
I think that's a winnable game, especially with the Chiefs' defense and as good as it is.
You think that's a winnable game without Patrick Mahomes?
With Carson Wentz, I do, especially if TJ Watt is banged up. I think it's a winnable game. I do. And then Denver's hard to. They're hard to rank for me because the defense is good. The offense has picked it up the past few weeks, so I don't know where to put Denver. I really don't.
It's tough. It's tough.
I think they're the most gettable, though.
I think so. I think Denver would be the most winnable game without Patrick Mahomes, but even then, I think they still lose that game.
I think Bo Nix has a problem with the defense.
Yeah, I think he does too.
But I think that they have multiple winnable games.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let's end on this. Let's end the show on this. The NBA Cup Finals are tonight. So this is a two-part question. We'll start with we'll start with this one. Bucks Thunder in Vegas for the in-season cup. Who wins? Predictions, and then I'll ask a follow-up question after we talk about this.
Go ahead.
Who wants to go first? Go ahead, Tom.
My gut is telling me to go with Giannis, but my heart is telling me to go with OKC. I'll follow my heart with this one. I definitely think SGA has been balling, and tonight is his night. So, win some hardware. Is that what they call it? Hardware?
Whoa, see? Hold on. You said hardwood before you even said hardware. I think the pause even discredits that.
I'm upset that your ears was tingling like a spider sense. And you honed in.
Hardwood is crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Lilo, did you hear it?
I'm staying out of this one.
See,
Your
hey,
partner, your partner in crime is Spider Sense.
nah.
He,
Hardwood is crazy.
that's all the stuff you said you won when you was playing Little League.
No, whoa. What do you? Nah, bro. See, there you go.
You got like mad hardwood trophies.
Nah, bro. There's hardwood. No, bro. That's what. There's no justifying that. There's no I never called my trophies hardwood. I called my trophies trophies. What? You're the one that's called them hardwood.
Yo, D'Lo, help me out, man.
Nah, son. Hardwood is crazy work, bro. See,
Yo,
there you go.
well,
You
back
nasty.
back to the facts, man. SGA needs some hardware, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's what you say. You said SGA needs some hardwood. Yo, come on, bro. I didn't even hear that part before.
That's not what I said.
Yo, that's definitely what you said. Yo, what you gonna say next? Giannis gonna give him the hardwood or what?
Hey, if he loses, it's almost like he's handing it to him.
What? Yo, come on, bro. I can't be the other one hearing this, bro.
So every player plays the game so they can get some, you know what I'm saying, some hardware. Championship, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. They started this last year when LeBron and AD won it. It's meaningful for these guys who don't have the championship ones. I'm surprised Phoenix didn't push harder for one of these, considering they don't have, you know what I'm
There you
saying?
go. Who was talking about Phoenix? Nobody talked about Phoenix.
Oh,
When nobody talked about Phoenix.
well, back to OKC, my bad.
Because
So,
because you know who hasn't even made it out of the group play round in both these years.
we're not concerned with these.
No. I'm just saying, you know who hasn't even made it out of the group play?
Yeah, why you gotta talk about D'Lo's team like that?
Huh?
Why you gotta talk about D'Lo's team like that?
See, I wouldn't even talk about D'Lo. I didn't even think about it. That's a good point though. But I'm talking about that guy who got behind you.
Okay, wait. Why do we gotta say that's a good point though? What did I do?
Nah. I'm just saying, bro.
Bro, what did I do? I didn't do
Nah, bro.
I did
Hey.
nothing wrong. I sat here and I let y'all do y'all thing, and you gotta bring that up.
You're right. My fault, OG. Triple OG. Triple. Hey. I'm just saying, you talk about the Suns in the cup. I ain't never seen Boston make it out of the group play round.
We playing for different things, though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Who
did you pick to win the cup? Who'd you pick to win the cup? No. Come on, so answer the question. Who'd you pick to win? Who'd you pick to
right
win the
here?
cup?
This is who I picked.
Yep. Where they at?
We focusing on the big.
Hey, you want? Can you spit out the first time, or do you want to take a few minutes to get it out?
We don't play these little games. You know what I'm saying? These little games.
I'm just saying, you picked them to come out and win it.
Yeah. Then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? Let's focus on the, you know what I'm saying, the big league stuff. We could let the Phoenix Suns win this, and then that didn't happen either.
Sorry, we focus on bigger things too.
Y'all are focusing on trying to steal my man's plays right now. That's what y'all are focused on. You know what I'm saying?
Steal, deal, Bill. As long as Butler come here for Bill,
exactly
I'm all
like
good.
what I've seen on ESPN is steal, deal, and bill. That was exactly what it was called. That's what I seen.
That's how amazing I am. I didn't even know that.
But I don't think D'Lo wants Bill or you to steal his deal. So I don't think it's gonna happen. D'Lo, make the call. Call Pat.
Sorry.
Tell him it's a no-go.
I don't know if Pat know to use.
I got OKC. I got OKC by 12 tonight too.
Oh, that's nasty word. Okay, D'Lo, who you got?
Now that we off this whole hardwood shit.
Yeah, come on. So you talking about Giannis giving SJ some hardwood? Like, yo, what you got?
That's what you heard. I did not say that.
I think I'm gonna go with the Thunder tonight. At least in this very moment, because Giannis, Dame, and Middleton are all listed as a game time decision. all of them are on the injury report. So
Ain't no way they're not playing. They playing.
Oh, I don't disagree. I think Giannis has some leg issue. Dame is on there for a calf, and then Middleton is on there for an illness that just popped up. So I think Middleton is probably the least likely to play because he missed practice yesterday. But I think if all three of them play, I'm taking Milwaukee. But if one or two of them are out, I'm taking the Thunder. So I guess it really just depends. But in this moment in time, without knowing if they're going to play or not, I'm taking Oklahoma City.
Yeah, as much as I would like to take the Thunder, I'm gonna take Milwaukee because I hate Milwaukee, and more importantly, I hate Jesse. So I want them to lose. But as much as I would love for the Thunder to just dog walk Milwaukee tonight, I think Milwaukee's gonna win. I think the way that Giannis has been playing, the way that Damian Lillard has been playing, Chris Middleton has come back, and he hasn't been amazing, obviously, but he's been okay.
He's still on that minute restriction, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, as much as I would love for them to lose and just lose to SGA getting the hardwood from them.
Getting the what?
My bad. I just, you were saying.
No one here.
My bad. But, you know what I mean? Like, so SGA finally getting some hardwood tonight. I think I'm picking Milwaukee to win. I think Giannis has a big night. I think Damian Lillard has a big night. Not as big as Giannis, but I think okay, that was an accident.
You praying for him?
Yo, that was accidental.
Pray for your people.
My fault.
Lord help us all, dude.
Hey, but no, I think.
Oh.
I think Milwaukee comes out on top tonight. If I was a betting man, that's what I'd bet on.
Goodness.
But,
I was gonna say, I think the Thunder are favorites right now in terms of betting.
Are they?
I think so. I think Milwaukee is the bet that you make money on if they win.
Yeah. As much as I'd say the Thunder, I'd like to say the Thunder. I'm going Milwaukee. But speaking of Milwaukee, we're gonna end the show off on this. How many NBA duos are you taking over Dame and Giannis? I saw this conversation on First Take this morning, and I thought it'd be a good one for us. So, whoever would like to go first, how many duos?
Healthy or like right now?
Healthy.
How many healthy duos am I taking over Giannis and Dame?
Yeah. I can think of 3.
Mm.
And I'm not going more than that.
You're better than me. I can't even think of one.
Oh, I could definitely think of one.
I can absolutely think of one. You crazy if you don't think. Listen.
Am I drunk? Am I forgetting somebody?
Yes.
I'll let y'all go because let me think on this.
All right. Yeah. Tone that. I'll let you go ahead because the fact that D'Lo is not even thinking it. Listen. I hate the Celtics, and like I said, more importantly, I hate you, old man Tony. So the fact that I'm putting the Celtics duo in there, it says a lot.
Yeah, that's just when healthy, all duos available. I'm definitely taking my Celtics.
They're number 1.
I would likely take KD and Devin Booker as well. The questionable ones, and again, this is tough because when healthy, I can't say that. I feel like I don't know basketball if I say that, but it's been a rough year for Dame. Is all I will say. It's been a rough year for Dame.
Listen,
I might take Jamal Murray in the Joker.
Stop it. You talk about a rough year. It's been a rough year for Jamal Murray. I don't even know.
When I look at what Jokic is doing, how am I going to take like that duo? Those duos are eye and eye. Like
Giannis is leading the league in points per game.
Jokic is leading the game. He was leading the league. He was top 3 in points. He was leading the league in assists and like second in rebounds.
That's what
Jokic
I'm not disregarding your point. Jokic is the best player in the world. But what Jamal Murray has done this year compared to what Damian Lillard has done this year, I haven't seen anything from Jamal Murray. Damian Lillard has given me some great games this year.
What's Jamal Murray averaging? 18 and 6. Is that what we discovered the other day?
Yeah, Jamal Murray?
Yeah, it was 18 and 6, right? And
Uh-huh.
Dame averaging what, 22?
Let me find out right now. Because this Damian Lillard disrespect is out of this world.
Yeah, Jamal Murray averaging 18 and 6.
Man, Damian Lillard averaging 25, 8, and 5. Yo, come on now. Let's not do that.
And they got the same. Well, nah, Denver got one less loss. Yeah, I guess it's a toss up.
Ain't no toss-up.
I would ask you this, right? Because the West Coast is such a difficult conference. Wouldn't that make it so that Jokic or Murray have tougher opponents than Giannis and Dame?
The West Coast, yeah.
So how is it not more difficult for Jokic and Jamal Murray to have the same record?
Because of what Damian Lillard has done against the opponents he's played against. Listen, I wasn't even factoring that in. But even if you do, like there's nobody in this world that will be taking Damian Lillard or that would be taking Jamal Murray over Damian Lillard. That's just what it is.
Maybe not, but I don't think there's a lot of people who would take Tatum or Brown over Giannis. But the combination of those
them together,
yeah, and
that's what I'm saying. The combination of Damian Lillard and Giannis has been. It started off rough this year, but they've won like a lot of games in a row. They won like a bunch of games in a row.
I don't see that big of a difference in Dame and Giannis versus Jamal Murray and Jokic.
Yeah, that's nasty work. That's nasty work. I'll tell you what though. I have three duos above them. So in this order, the best duo in the NBA is Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And it's really not relatively close. The second best duo in the NBA is Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. And I don't want to hear any blowback because when they're together this year, they're 13-2. 13-2 when they play together this year. That's that. Number 3, when healthy, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That's number 3. And number 4 is Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Number 5, Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns.
Sad. I'm taking SGA and Chet over like two of those duos.
Over who?
Over LeBron and AD. Definitely over Brunson and Cat.
You're crazy.
Talking
wild.
about a top 3 paint presence in Chet. And then you're talking about arguably the best point guard in the league in SGA.
Okay, so let's talk about it then. The best point guard in the league in SGA. Jalen Brunson ain't too far back from that.
What? Man,
he ain't too far back from that.
Cut it out.
He ain't too far back from that.
Cut it out.
I think there's a gap between SGA and Brunson.
In terms of point guards,
yes.
I think there's 4
Putting
or 5 spots.
Basketball in the paint in the basket efficiently capitalized and bolded and underlined, and then defense. Those things are.
SGA is number 1. Jalen Brunson, I think, is number 4 or 5.
Number 7.
Yeah, if we're talking just point guards, I think it's SGA and Luka, and then there's a gap.
Okay, that's fair.
And
Karl
then
Anthony Towns has been the second best big man in the league this year.
He is giving up the most points in the paint. Yo, He's tired of you young brothers not paying attention to defense. I don't give a fuck what you shoot, your shooting percentages, how many points you averaging. If you giving up the most paint buckets in the entire league. It's crazy.
Are we considering Anthony Davis as a center?
He got to. He plays center.
Because if not, Karl Anthony Towns is not the second best. But if you want to put
what Anthony Davis has shown me over the past few weeks, now I would have put him as the best player in the league after the first 2 weeks of the year. Now, after what the Lakers have done and how bad Anthony Davis has been, I'm taking Karl Anthony Towns right now.
I'm not. I think you can argue him and Wemby.
Oh my gosh!
How is Cat better than Jokic?
I definitely.
Who said that?
Nah, Jokic is one, and there's not.
In the league?
The second.
So you got Jokic and then Cat.
Absolutely.
I think AD is above him, and I think you can argue Wemby.
I don't think that's an argument.
Wemby is leading the league in blocks. If you look at the defensive side of the ball, Wemby has been the best defensive center this year.
Okay, bet. No, I got something for y'all. Watch this.
Offensively, I understand. Cat has been lights out, but if you look at both sides of the ball, specifically defensive, I think that you can make a case for Wemby.
No, it's okay. I got something for y'all. Watch this.
Wemby averaging 24 points, 33% from the three, or 3.5 blocks. Yeah, I don't know how you could argue against Wemby. I don't understand how you got somebody who, again, this man don't play no damn defense. He's like they have him statistically as the number one player to score on in the paint.
Hold on. And the fact that you put SGA and Chet over LeBron James and Anthony Davis is wild.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go that far.
Why is that wild? We're not just playing 2-on-2. We're talking about those two players, the value that they bring their team, right?
Anthony Davis and LeBron James bring their team more value. It's not even close.
How is it that SGA is literally providing his team more value than both of those players combined right now?
You just told me Anthony Davis was the second best pick in the league.
Yeah, Tone.
I'm
sorry.
10th. They are positioned 10th. They're 14-12 is what this record says.
You're wilding right now.
So that means their effectiveness, their success rate, being that duo is almost at 50%. It's not high. SGA alone got his team at 20-5. I think Chet played 8 games.
Exactly. So what about without LeBron? What have they done?
What do you mean without LeBron? LeBron missed what, 3 games?
Yes.
I'm sure they lost all of them.
So okay, so that's us already talking about valuable. They let me see. They played Portland, Minnesota.
I could give them those 3 wins, and they still wouldn't touch SGA and his record.
Having LeBron and AD, having Chet and SGA over LeBron and AD is absolutely insane.
How I'm gonna value AD when if AD don't score 35 points, they gonna lose.
That's literally valuing him. That's literally valuing him.
He's not gonna score 35 though.
That's the definition of valuable.
But he's not going to score 35. So whatever.
You could have fooled me. You could have fooled me. Anthony Davis over the last 4 games, 38, 30, 23, and 40.
Uh-huh.
Over the last 4 games.
What's their record? Those 4 games.
2-2.
Okay then. So again, he can average 35 and be a loser.
And so Chet is so valuable. If Chet is so valuable, why are they in the finals in the cup right now?
Because as I just told you, SGA's value is more than the combination of LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
You are out.
What SGA brings to the team is helping them win.
Okay. If you take answer this question, if you take SGA off the Thunder, just SGA, if you take LeBron James and Anthony Davis off the Lakers, who's the better basketball team?
The Thunder.
Oh, I know. I'm just waiting for someone to answer. Oh, hey, I got all day.
What's your point?
Going into the question.
SGA is the better team.
No, answer the question. If you take SGA off the Thunder and you take LeBron James and Anthony Davis off the Lakers, who's the better basketball team?
I don't know. That's
Tony, don't do that because
who
you
has,
know you're wrong.
Who has
you
better players on the team would be OKC, but that's not how teams go.
No.
You can have
Don't do that.
superstar players with players that don't fit, and it doesn't equal success. That's
Okay.
Just having valuable players doesn't accumulate success.
No, but listen, you talking about valuable.
Yes.
So
SGA,
if you take off, hold on. So if you take SGA off the Thunder, and if you take LeBron James and Anthony Davis off the Lakers are the worst basketball team, which means the more valuable duo to their team are the LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Because the Thunder are still maybe a playing team. The Lakers have the first or second overall pick without LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
No, they don't. They're still better than a lot of teams.
Which ones?
You got D'Lo, you got Reeves, you got Connect, you got players who gonna put the basketball in the hole. You talking about are they gonna beat other valuable teams? Not likely. But I don't know how the continuity. I don't know how the basketball moves without SGA in Oklahoma.
I can tell you two teams that they're better than. If you take LeBron James and Anthony Davis off the Lakers, they're better than Portland. They're better than Utah.
Bringing value if you're not winning. That's what my number one thing.
That's what you're bringing value to this team for the wins that they do have, because a lot of the wins that they do have, a lot of them you don't get without. Some of the wins that OKC has, you can get without more of the wins that OKC have, you can get without SGA than the wins that the Lakers have without Lakers.
How you thinking that? How many times have you seen OKC play without SGA?
But that's what I'm saying. I've seen the Lakers play without LeBron and Anthony Davis. They're terrible.
They just went 2-2. You just said last 4 games.
They lost by 41 to the Heat. That was with LeBron. They lost by 41.
So then, how much value do LeBron have if they losing? And AD played that game too.
Yes.
So if you lose, how much value you got, and you losing to the Miami Heat by 41 points?
All right. See, why do we have to phrase it like that?
Well, I'm just saying, he's talking about how valuable they are. They both played, and you lost by 40. That don't speak to value. I mean, like what?
Like I said, the more valuable duo.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
The more valuable duo to their team is LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Without them, they are the third worst team in the West.
Are more valuable to the Knicks than LeBron and AD are to the Lakers.
You are absolutely incorrect.
Crazy.
You are absolutely incorrect.
Back to this. I think that JB and JT are the only duo that I could put above Giannis and Dame.
Again, not to put Booker and KD up there is wild.
I will ask the same question that you asked me, because Dame missed 6 games, 8 games. They won without Dame and won with just Giannis by himself. So how come that works, but then it don't work for the Lakers?
This year, Damian Lillard has missed. Let me see.
6
this year,
7,
22. Yeah, so they're at 20. He's missed 4 games.
That's not even as bad as I thought.
So he's played 22 games this year. They're 14-12. They're 26. He missed 4 games this year.
Okay.
Either way, I think when I look at it, I don't think it's arguable. Giannis is better than KD. this year.
It's not by much. Like Giannis, in terms of ranking, I mean, Giannis is number 2, and I think KD is number 5 or 6.
Yeah, but either way, Giannis has been the better player this season,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Dame has outplayed Book this season.
They're 13-2.
I understand.
They're 13-2 together.
If I'm looking at strictly player, I am taking Dame as having a better season than
But
Booker.
we're not talking about 2-on-2. We're not talking about 2-on-2. We're talking about duos to their team.
Okay, so then what's the duo? Why don't we just talk about teams?
No, because those are the parts that you build around. When Booker and Durant play together, they are 13-2.
Okay.
They started the Bucks started off the year 2-8 or whatever it was.
Yeah. And
When
now they're
Booker and Durant play
14
together.
and 12. So they're 12-2 over their past 14 games. Is that right? Am I reading that right? Or 14-4 or whatever it is?
Well,
they started
14,
2-8.
Yeah.
They're 14 and 12.
Yeah.
So they're 14-4 over their last however many games. 18 games.
I don't understand. I don't understand the part where the Booker and Durant are 13-2 this year when they play together.
I understand.
They started off the year 8-1.
I understand.
So and again, Devin Booker is better than Damian Lillard. Let's not do that.
As an overall player right now, yes, but who's having the better season? It's Dame. Book, you said it yourself. Book has been slow to start off the year. He's slow to start off every year. By the end, will Book be having a better season? Probably. But right now,
they're both they're both averaging 25. Devin Booker's averaging just about 7 assists and 4 rebounds.
And you said Dame was 28, 8 and 5.
Hold on, I said 25.
Or 25, 8 and 5, right?
Yeah.
If numbers don't confuse me,
I'll say
25,
this,
8 and 5 is better than 25, 7 and 4.
It's not a lot of games for Dame, but Dame won, I think, 2 or 3 games when Giannis was out. Devin Booker has struggled without Kevin Durant.
I also think when you're looking at the team, the Suns have a better team than the Bucks do. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in saying that?
No.
So I think it's the same thing in the conversation that you just had.
Hold on, Giannis he's only missed 3 games.
Yeah.
Giannis only missed 3 games.
Yes.
Kevin Durant has missed a whole bunch more.
Yes.
So if you put Damian Lillard in the same position that Giannis was in, or that Devin Booker's been in, without Kevin Durant for as long as he's been out, they are not nearly successful.
Okay, but he has. I said nothing about injuries. I said that Giannis has been better than KD this season. Regardless of injury, he's been better. I never brought up injury.
Sorry, bro. It's okay.
It's the same thing with your SGA and LeBron and AD. The Thunder have a better team. Okay. That, in my opinion, makes LeBron and AD more valuable.
Oh, sorry. That's all right, D-Lo. You want to just keep disrespecting Devin Booker? It's all right.
Oh my lord! I didn't
on a better team and not have success. Like Philadelphia has a good team, right? Correct.
Mm-hmm.
When they're healthy, we have yet to see the 3 of them share the floor.
Even their bench players, though, they got good role players on their team.
They do. Jared McCain, Caleb Martin, they've
Jared
got
McCain's
pieces.
out for the year.
Same thing with Indiana, right?
Is he really?
Yeah, he's out for the year. He's gonna be out for the year.
With what?
A knee.
Oh, ACL probably.
No, it's not. It's not an ACL. I think it's like an MCL.
Whose team is better? The Kings or the Clippers?
The Kings.
the Kings have a better team, right?
Yeah.
But they're not playing as well as the Clippers. So it's not always about who's on the team. Those duos on the team still have to
Hold
perform
on.
and create levels of continuity to where there's success. So again, OKC may have a better team, but you still have to work with those pieces to maintain. And I don't care what y'all say, SGA, his value for that team is 10 times higher than what AD and LeBron are producing, bro.
That's insane. Because if LeBron and AD don't play, that's a bottom of the bucket team. And if SGA doesn't play, that team is a 10 or 11 seed.
I don't know. How many games has SGA missed this year?
I don't think he's missed a game this year.
I
Yeah.
don't think he's missing.
So it's hard for me to really.
That's Tone. As long as we've been doing this, that's how I know when you're struggling to find an argument at a point is when you don't want to definitively answer a question.
I don't have something to use as a tool to mark or gauge what SGA is going to not produce. Watching those games, SGA is creating so many opportunities for everyone else on the floor. When I watch LeBron, he's one of my favorite basketball players. He's holding the basketball. I don't know what the team is going. I have watched the Lakers succeed and fall apart when LeBron's not on the floor. I don't know what SGA is going to do to that team if he's not there. I think that what he's capable of producing is the reason why they're 20-5. I've watched the Lakers play their best basketball and lose.
Like I said, if we're talking about valuable, the word valuable, that means, at least to me, when you are without them, how bad do you suffer?
If that's the case, I don't think JT and JB are at the top.
Yeah, they could. Well, it depends.
If JT and JB, if they're both off that team, that is a playing team.
That's correct. You're wilding for that.
That's a playing team.
We still got two top 10 guards. We've got a top 15 center.
Hold on. Top 10 guards in what? In the East? Yeah.
Maybe in the league. Give me 10 guards better than Derek White.
10 guards better than Derek White.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about guard, point guard, shooting guard, whatever. Okay. Steph Curry, SGA, Luka, Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, Jalen Brunson.
I think you're just naming people that have bigger names or that are actually playing better basketball than Derek White, because those are two different conversations. You can throw your arms in the air, but Peyton Pritchard has played better basketball against Dame Lillard than Dame Lillard has against Peyton Pritchard. Derek White, his numbers are better than some of the players that you're mentioning. And again,
any of the players that I just mentioned, which one of them are you taking Derek White over?
For my team?
No, as guards.
But this is the conversation.
What did you just ask me? No, Tony. You just asked me to name 10 guards better than Derek White. I don't give a damn about the team that they play for. It's not what
that helps you how you play.
That's not what you just asked me. You asked me to name 10 guards. You asked me to name 10 guards that are better than Derek White. Is that what? Is not what you just asked me?
Mm-hmm.
And then you interrupted me talking about a team. That's not anything about what you just asked me. You asked me to name 10 guards that are better than Derek White.
Is Jalen Brunson playing better than Derek White right now?
Yes.
What the? What basketball are you watching?
Yes.
What basketball are you watching?
Because let's not do that. Let's not do that. Jalen Brunson is averaging 25, 8, and 3.
On what percentage shooting?
On 48 from the field and 43 from 3.
Oh, you said 43 from 3?
Yes.
And then what's Derek White averaging?
He's averaging 17, 4, 5 and 5 on less field goal percentage and less from the three, Tony. So what? Go ahead, keep going. Keep going. I'll wait. I'll sit here and wait. Keep going.
What's his record? What's Jalen Brunson's record?
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Why are you not doing
We're not
that?
doing
Those
that.
are all part of the equation,
because
right?
listen, the goalposts keep moving back and back. They keep moving further and further because once I come up with another point, then you got another question. I'm talking
I
about
asked
guards.
you, who's playing better? How you put
Jalen Brunson.
Just because you got numbers, that means you're playing better?
Jalen, that has a lot to do with it. Has a whole lot to do with it.
You gotta win. I can average 40. Luka averaged
The Knicks
40
aren't winning.
lost.
The Knicks aren't winning. The Knicks are 8. They're 16 and 10. They're right behind you guys.
They're not right behind.
They're the 3rd seed, and Boston Celtics are the 2nd seed.
Yeah, they are. They are.
That is quite the definition of.
Weird, the
So
fact
again,
that Orlando has more wins and is behind them, but that's weird.
winning percentage. That's how the NBA works, Tom. Come on, you know that. Winning percentage.
As soon as the Knicks lose a game, the Orlando will be ahead of them.
So again, hold on. Who is playing better basketball right now? Jalen Brunson or Derek White?
Jalen Brunson is averaging more points.
Answer the question. This again.
Derek White plays defense. How many blocks and steals is Derek White averaging?
Who is playing better?
I just told you, Derek White plays defense.
Okay. Hold on. Blocks and steals, right? Blocks
You don't
and
even
steals.
pay attention to blocks and steals and stuff like that. Every time we have these conversations, you only bring up offensive categories. That's it.
Thank you. This is a perfect point. I only bring up offensive categories. So when I told you Luka Doncic averaged the most steals in the finals last year,
I'm always going to go back to reference. You can't bring up a player who has a low light.
No,
lip.
you can't do that.
That's like you watching someone get dropped off every weekend, and then they score the basketball, and then you saying you want to pick this person up, knowing that you need somebody to stop somebody from scoring. I'm not picking up Luka if the person that he's guarding is averaging 35.
If there's a series that involves Derek White, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, and Jaylen Brown, Luka Doncic averaged the most steals in that series. But now it doesn't matter.
Because there are videos of him being walked by. How do you not understand that? It doesn't count. It doesn't even register to you. I don't care how many steals you average when there are literally highlight clips of you being walked by.
So if you don't care about steals, then don't bring it up in any other conversation.
This is a different caliber player. We're talking about Derek White, who goes up and punches Giannis's shit when Giannis is trying to dunk the basketball. These are two different arguments.
No, don't bring up steals. Don't bring up steals in any other conversation. Then, no, you can't. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to.
It's like you don't understand basketball. One person does not play defense. The other person is a top 5 defender in the league. Why would you even mention Luka in the same breath as Derek White?
In the league is crazy.
Thank you. First of all. Second of all, you know how you see how we gone away from Jalen Brunson? So that's another reason.
Let me ask you this. Is Marcus Smart that much better of a defender than Derek White is?
No, I don't think Marcus Smart is a top 5 defender in the league anyway.
Absolutely not.
So Marcus Smart didn't deserve Defensive Player of the Year?
No, that one year.
No, Mikal Bridges did.
No. I think the 1 year he won it, he was deserving of the conversation.
I disagree, but that's another conversation for another day. So, like I said, you told me to name 10 guards that are better than Derek White.
That's 5.
The guys that, I'm at 6, brother. I'm at 6, brother. You know, hey, listen. Okay, I'll start over then. Okay, so both of them in Dallas. Luka Magic and Kyrie. SGA. Steph. Devin Booker. Damian Lillard. Jalen Brunson. Tyrese Maxey. Who else I got?
I'm putting Cade Cunningham in that convo.
Cade Cunningham.
I'm putting LaMelo in that convo.
LaMelo Ball.
All offense. This is all off of offense.
Hey.
Cade is not just an offensive player. Cade is a two-way.
I have yet to see these dudes perform the way Derek White has performed, and that's all I'll say.
Okay, hold on. Oh, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. put both of
Better
those
than
guys
Derek
in there.
White?
I'm taking both of those guys over Derek White.
Yeah.
Trae Young.
Oh, boy.
Trae Young. Okay, thank you. Trae Young. Who else is going in? John Morant, your guy. What is that, 15? 15? Jalen Green.
Whoa. That's a convo. I don't know if I'm taking Jalen Green.
That could be a convo. Oh, I didn't even mention Anthony Edwards. I haven't even mentioned Anthony. What are we at? 16, 17? Hold on. We're at 16 now that are all above Derek White. You told me he was a top 10 guard in the league right now. What are we at? Anthony Edwards. James Harden. You want to talk about playing better basketball? James Harden has been playing fantastic basketball this year. De'Aaron Fox.
This year?
De'Aaron Fox.
Man, what do you be watching?
Oh, hold on. De'Aaron Fox. I'm not even done yet. De'Aaron Fox. I'm not even done yet. We're almost at 20, and Derek White has not made the list yet.
Because you just mentioning players who average more points than him. None of these players play both sides of the field.
Anthony
There's
Edwards
a few. Ant does, Cade does, De'Aaron does.
Hey, okay. Out of the 17, 18 players I just mentioned, which one of them are you taking over, or which one are you taking Derek White over?
For my team? All of them.
As a basketball player, as an NBA guard.
All of them. For my team.
Thank you all for watching the show. Thank you all for watching the show. Tone, I think, has to go take his pills. Because I don't know what.
Is averaging 22, 6, and 8 on 39% shooting. I can't even have a conversation with you. You just be throwing stuff in the air.
Who is that?
Hold on. Okay. Hey, like I said. For your team, okay. Put Derek White on any one of those other teams.
That's not how basketball works, though.
That's the example you tried to use. You said for my team.
You can't use that example. That's not how basketball works.
Tony, when I asked you, yo, 1 second, I promise. It's gonna be quick. When I asked you which one of those guards are you taking Derek White over, you said for my team. So why can't I flip the script?
Okay, here you go. If your league is expanding, you're making a team in Vegas, you get to pick a guard to go be the one on that team. Is Derek White in that top 10?
For me?
For you, yes.
Definitely. Out of players that are, you got to think, Steph and
take your time.
Harden, there's a couple of those guys who are, like, age-wise, they only got 2, maybe 3 really valuable years left.
Okay, I can understand that.
Derek White plays both sides of the basketball, so there's a couple players that he mentioned, like Darius Garland, that's not going to make my top 10.
Okay.
So when it comes down to the nitty gritty, and also there's something to me is really high value and continuity. A player that can come in and find his role quick in a hurry, just roll and just keep everything rolling. That's the type of player that Derek White is, offensive and defensively. So I personally put a lot of value into his role on the team. When I watch how he plays with the Celtics, keep the basketball moving. He's not dribbling the basketball 33 times on a play. I personally see him as valuable. And yeah, he genuinely is a top 10 point guard to me. Or guard, should I say.
So if you're building a team and you have those 17 players that I just named, you have 17 players. Are you taking Derek White number 1?
No, probably not number 1.
Okay. Are you taking him? Where are you taking him then?
It would depend on who's available. And like, do I have the first pick? Do I have other players on? That's why I said for my team, for the Celtics, when I look at Anthony Edwards, not going to fit on the Celtics. He's going to be frustrated. He's not going to get enough shots up. There's several players that are not going to fit. For the team that I have, that we have in Boston, Derek White is almost a perfect player.
Well, that's why I said your league is expanding. You're making a team in Vegas. You don't have any of the Celtics players.
Yeah,
are there less than 10 guards?
No.
Is there less than 10 guards that you would take over Derek White?
There's he would be close to, he'd be 8, 9, 10.
Okay, Tony, you mentioned Anthony Edwards. take Anthony Edwards off the Minnesota Timberwolves, put Derek White in that position. Are they a better basketball team with Derek White than Anthony Edwards?
Better? They're probably better defensively. I don't know. I haven't seen Derek White shoot the basketball 24 times on a consistent, every night basis. I don't think that he could fill that part of Anthony Edwards' shoes. I don't know.
I don't even know if defensively I'm gonna
I don't
do
know that either.
Oh yeah, Derek White's definitely a better.
If you okay, Derek White. If you take Jalen Brunson off the Knicks and you put Derek White on the Knicks, are they a better basketball team?
I think so. Yeah.
Hey, come on, hey, bro. If I've ever seen a pure example of a blind witness, I don't know. There's never been
what has Jalen Brunson proved to you?
There's never been more of an example of a pure blind
What
witness.
has Jalen Brunson proved to you?
Jalen Brunson, did you see what he did in the playoffs last year?
I don't care about that. That is done. What has he proved? What is that? I've seen what's my man's name? PJ
Washington.
Yeah, I've seen
on Dallas
players have great runs in one playoff. What has he accomplished for
I've seen him have great runs in multiple playoffs.
Over the NBA champion Derek White.
NBA champion. You know who else is over as NBA champion? Patrick McCaw. He's also an NBA champion.
What did Patrick McCaw contribute to that success?
I'm just saying, you name an NBA champion. Patrick McCaw's a four-time NBA champion.
I'm naming someone
He's a four-time
who contributed to that cause.
James Jones contributed to the cause in Miami.
He made a couple shots. Again, I'm speaking to someone who played both sides. Derek White did way more than make a couple shots. He did make a couple shots.
Like, he wasn't even guarding the best defender the best player on the other team, Tom.
He definitely guarded Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving at times.
You told me Jaylen Brown stuck Luka Doncic and made it hard for him.
Do you not watch basketball? It's pick and roll, pick and roll, pick and roll. All game, every game. So, yes, they are switching.
So,
the beauty of having the team that I have is that I have Jaylen Brown, I have Derek White, and I have Drew Holiday who are switching consistently on perimeter presences.
Who's guarding Derek White?
On defense?
Who's Derek White guarding?
I just told you. If it wasn't Kyrie, it was Luka.
No. Before the pick and roll, who is Derek White guarding?
Probably Kyrie.
So Luka and Kyrie are running the pick and roll.
Yes. Do you watch basketball?
No, they're not.
Literally what Jalen and JT do every single game.
I'm not talking about Jalen and JT.
Defender on Jason
I'm not talking about Jalen and JT. I'm talking about
Kyrie does it all game so that the smaller defender can be on Luka Doncic. All the same way that Darius Garland and what?
Jonathan Mitchell does not run the pick and roll for Darius Garland.
Yes, they do.
No, he does not.
Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland do it every game.
No, he does not. No, he does not.
You're going to come over here. When I come back from vacation, you're going to come over here and watch basketball with me.
We are.
And study certain shit. There are guard-on-guard pick and rolls more than 80% of the game now because the guards are large like SGA. That when you have a team like that has Brunson on them, you prefer to have Brunson guarding you over OG, over Miles Bridges, over Josh Hart. So you specifically ask for the other guard to come set the screen so you can have the smaller guard you instead of a power forward or a center. It's literally what basketball is composed of right now. Small guard-on-guard pick and roll.
In Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, Luka Doncic wanted to switch. Who did he want to switch for?
He wanted Jason Tatum to guard him.
No, the Western Conference Finals. The Western Conference Finals. In Game 2.
He couldn't have wanted SGA to guard him.
First of all, it was the Mavericks and the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals. Let's start there. In Game 2,
He's probably one of
In
my
the Western,
favorite guards.
this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I promise I do. In game 2, Luka Doncic hit a game winner over who? Because he wanted to switch.
Yeah, because he's
who?
the worst perimeter defender. You talking about one particular player, Rudy Gobert? That's what everyone picks
The
on.
one who won the Defensive Player of the Year last year?
Yeah, but
Who's doing 43 times?
it's worldwide known that he's not the best perimeter defender. So no one cares about that award. It's the same way no one cares about Steve Nash winning them bullshit ass MVP awards. Some people know in the basketball family that they give out bullshit from time to time. And the same way that
3
Ben,
times. What's the anomaly? What's the anomaly?
very vocal.
Who's the pattern?
That
Three's the
dude
trend.
winning the award. He's like, that dude is not the best defender in the league. Everyone knows it. So we're talking about one particular team versus the entire NBA. I watched Kyrie and Luka do guard on guard pick and rolls a lot.
So again, in
How
the
did we
most
get
crucial
here?
moments, in the most crucial moments of the game. No, it's not Kyrie that's going to set a screen for the mismatch. It's the big who's coming over to get the Defensive Player of the Year on him so that he can hit a game winner.
We are talking about one of the worst perimeter defenders in the NBA. Why are you talking about that? The conference finals and not the finals then?
He did the same thing. He did the same thing with Al Horford.
No, he did not. If you watch the finals, he was actually going at Jason Tatum. But besides Kyrie, he was screening for PJ Washington to get Jason Tatum on him.
That's hilarious.
It's the facts. I watched.
It's not. Hey, if you watch,
invited.
If you keep bringing up the Suns. I haven't said anything about any other team aside from the teams we're talking about. That's how I know you're losing an argument every time.
I just said that you probably didn't watch every game because your boys wasn't invited. Every game. If I didn't
watch every game, I wouldn't have known that the Timberwolves were in the Western Conference Finals and not the Thunder. Let's just start there. I
don't care about none of that. I'm talking about the winners.
You watch every game.
I'm talking about the winners. Yeah, I just asked
like I said, bro. Every time, and this is not just you. This is everybody that comes on here. As soon as I start making good points, now it's the Steve. Now
that's not a good point. When you're talking about one center who everyone in the world knows is not a good perimeter defender. When you watch basketball tonight, watch how many guard-on-guard pick and rolls there are for the weaker defender. Of course, if you have two luxurious defenders, they're not going to go guard-on-guard because no one wants to switch from Derek White to Drew Holiday. No, that's not a success rate.
I can't wait to watch Damian Lillard and AJ Green set screens for each other. That's what I'm looking forward to.
If the person guarding AJ Green is someone like Brunson. That's exactly what they do. They like, come here, Brunson. I watched LeBron do it to Steph Curry all series. Come here, Steph. Come here.
Hey, if he did it all series, in game 1 of the finals in 2018, why he passed it up? When he had Steph on him.
I don't know. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Now it don't got nothing to do with you. It's like, hey, it's okay. Hey, now listen. The goalposts never stop moving with you, Tone, and it's okay.
Why the hell your boys only made it to one chip since 2 chips since I've been alive? Let's talk about that.
Like I said, as soon as you start losing the argument, you start talking about.
You just mentioned LeBron James in 2018. I don't have nothing to do with that.
Like I said, you talk about
why NBA every night is pick and roll with guard and guard.
I only brought up LeBron because you brought up LeBron.
Because that's what everyone is doing every game. Guard on guard, so I can have the smaller defender on.
You do it. Kevin does it. Jesse does it. Ricky does it.
You
The only
doing
person-
it. I'm literally
Hold on,
giving you
hold on.
examples
I'm not-
on
hold
how
on,
to
hold on.
create success
Hold on.
on a pick and roll, and then
Hold
you
on, hold
move
on.
the goalpost.
Like I said,
I don't care.
like I said, you do it. Jesse does it. Ricky does it. Kevin
You're
does it.
literally doing
As soon
it
as soon as I start making an argument, you start talking about the Suns. That's okay. Yeah,
No, I'm
that's
talking
okay.
about the Suns.
I'm gonna close out the show.
You move.
Thank
Why
you for
I asked
watching.
you why
Thank you
tonight
all for
we
watching
can't
the
watch
show.
that. Then you talk about another
Thank
player.
you all for watching the show. We've been going for over 2 hours now. Thank you all for watching the show. Once again, they want to attack my team as soon as I start making a good
You're
argument.
not attacking your team. We just speaking facts.
Well, hey, what did the Suns have to do with any conversation we just had?
Defense was the topic of the conversation. Guard on guard pick and roll was the topic of the conversation. I just specifically said that that's what LeBron did against Steph Curry. Then you move the goalpost to why didn't he do it? I can't tell you why certain times.
That's not moving the goalpost. I think your definition of moving the goalposts is completely.
You're creating another conversation. I don't know why he did that in 2018. I know why it happens daily when I watch basketball.
Listen, I have the on my team right now. You want to talk about my team? I watch them every single game. In fact, I work for them. Listen. I watch them every single game. So and I only say that to prove that I watch every single game. Tyus Jones and Devin Booker do not run the pick and roll for each other. Devin Booker sets an off-ball screen so that he gets an off-ball screen coming around. That's how he sets his shots up. Devin Booker does not go set a screen for Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones is not a scorer. Forget it.
I've been waiting for you to say that. I've been waiting. Because now that thank you. Because
Why
now you can't
would
talk
I
about my
not
team
say
anymore.
that?
We're
It's
talking
a
about
pick and roll so that I can score on this person. It would be Tyus Jones setting the screen on for Devin Booker so then Devin Booker can score on the weaker defender.
Even then, it does not happen.
Because they're probably not guarding Tyus Jones because they know he's not going to get no buckets. I don't got to guard Tyus Jones. I don't know why y'all not working.
Tyus Jones is shooting 45% from three.
But he's shooting them open threes. He's not shooting them like how Steph is or like how Jason Tatum is or like how other players are. He's shooting catch and shoot threes.
Like I said, hey, I was supposed to been close the show out. But now here you go.
I'm gonna text you every time I see small on small point guard screens tonight.
I'm not saying it never happens. But I'm saying it doesn't happen. That's not what happens 80% of the time.
You know basketball, it happens every time a team wants to have success. The same way that people picked on Rudy Gobert over and over. And that's not typical. I'm gonna go straight at the tallest player, the best defender on their team. It's when you know that I can pick on this particular individual. So oftentimes there's a big guard, there's a smaller guard, there's a defensive guard, there's a scoring guard. You can't do that against the Boston Celtics. Before you couldn't do it against teams like Orlando Magic because they have two large defensive guards. A similar thing with OKC. It's hard to run a guard-to-guard pick and roll or pick and pop because they have two defensive guards. So you're calling for a screen to get no space. This guy is going to defend me just as well as the person who is just guarding me. So when you know the elements within the team, then you say, oh, that's why they're running guard-on-guard screens.
All right, before we close out the show, I want to go over some of the things that Tona said today. Derek White is better than half the guards in the league. That's one thing he said. SGA is more valuable than LeBron James and Anthony Davis combined. Guard-on-guard screens are 80% of offense. What else did you say? I guess this isn't as wild, but Damian Lillard is better than Devin Booker. That's just some of the things that has been said today. So I just wanted to point that out. So again, teach his own. Teach his own. Thank you for watching the show. Yeah, that was.
This convo went so
80%.
long, I started laying down. Like,
Yeah, both like my laptop and my phone. So, and then like I said, hey, Tone, it's not just you, so it's okay. It's not just you. Kevin does it, Ricky does it, Jesse does it. All my friends do it. As soon as I start making a good argument about whatever team it is, they start talking about the Suns and they won a championship.
there you go.
Hey, I do have to give you credit. Hey, I do have to give you credit though. I'll give you credit. That's the first time anybody's ever brought up Steve Nash and his MVPs. When I'm making an argument, so I'll give you credit for that. But everybody does it. So,
There's
anyways,
awards that people honestly know that people didn't deserve. I'm not.
So again, that's a first.
News.
But as always, thank you for watching the show. I love each and every one of you who do watch this show. Don't forget, you are amazing. You are beautiful. You matter. And if nobody else is going to tell you, I love you. I'm proud of you. And as always, remember, it's always nice to be important. It's much, much more important to be nice and know that Devin Booker is better than Damian. So that's going to close the show. Love you all. We're out of here. We'll be back sometime this week. And Get that ass out of the way.